guys, welcome back to more Heaven Secret, and I know people have been asking for this one for sure. So I'll go ahead and play a couple of episodes before I record episode 7 of Chasing You. But I'm very nervous to play this one because we're about to meet Satan, and I'm pretty sure this is going to go very badly. So, when you got wings, it's not your back that gets hit. I am most assuredly going to mess this up and have to restart again. Hopefully not have to restart the whole season, but yikes. Okay, it's starting. I'm nervous. Okay, oh gosh. Okay, we have intense music already, and everything already looks very gross. That's super fun. Let me make sure you can hear that intense music. Wings under threat. Chains clatter and heartbreaking screams pierced my ears. The smell of dampness merged with the odor of suffering. Every little rustle made me want to reach for Lucifer's hand, but I restrained myself every time. Lucifer had the poise of a well-trained soldier and kept walking straight ahead, ignoring the prison cells on either side of us. Prisoners reached out with frightening, barely human hands. They were reaching for me. Don't be afraid. He swatted away a hand that managed to grasp onto my wing feathers. This place is giving me the creeps. I forgot what she looks like. She looks ridiculous. Can we at least change my hair? Hold up. I have to be a little bit better to approach the Dark Lord. At least go back to my favorite hair for now. Even if we have to keep this crazy outfit, that's fine. We'll stick with the outfit they gave us, but this place is giving me the creeps. This is a temporary prison for those whose eternal torture has yet to be conceived. They aren't tortured here, just locked up. This is nothing. He spoke calmly, but I could feel that he was tense, like a panther preparing to leap. Where are we going? We're here. Lucifer stopped in front of one of the cells. Step inside. I'm sorry, what? I don't have time to argue. You want to lock me up in here with them? It's for your own good, trust me. If this is an angel versus demon choice, I mean, he knows better than I do. He carefully, almost affectionately, directed me into the cell and closed the gate, locking me in. Good girl. Where are you going? I leaned against the bars, but they were covered with sharp spikes that dug right into my skin. Ow! Don't touch anything. You're gonna leave me here? All alone? It's better you stay here while I face my father. No one will touch you. They won't dare. He emphasized the last word, glowering at the surrounding cells. Okay. All I could see was darkness, and it seemed as if Lucifer was speaking into the void. But there was a sudden clanging of chains, letting me know that something was hiding in that darkness. I'll be back soon. No, wait, Lucifer! But he was gone. Asshole. I'm never going anywhere else with you ever again. That's a lie, because I'm in control here. I yelled everything that came to mind, up until I heard shackles clattering in the cell next to mine and paused. Those eyeballs, dude. Are they blinking? I'm trying to look at the one here on the floor. It seems to just be open for now. Who's there? I looked at the bar. Oh, that one's blinking. Ah! I looked at the bars into the next cell, trying to see what was inside. Are you sure you want to see into this? I stared into the impenetrable darkness. Little by little, a silhouette began to emerge. Someone slowly approached. The figure stopped. I took a step forward in an attempt to see who was there, and suddenly something leapt from the darkness, grabbed me by the hand, and pulled me forward. Why are you moving forward? She's crazy. Hey, doll. You called? The spikes dug into my hand and cut my skin. That hurts. Sweet. Threatening didn't seem to help the first time, even when Lucifer threatened him. Hitting him probably won't do anything. I'm gonna try to pull my hand away, even though I might scratch my hand, but hitting him is well the same way. We'll see how it goes. I jerked my hand away. The spikes cut deep into my palm. The pain was dizzying and my head spun. I burst into tears and immediately closed my mouth, trying to keep my composure. Fierce. The prisoner will remember your fierceness. That's kind of a good thing. It's not that bad. The prisoner walked back and forth, staring at me intently. He already set one free. Have you heard? He? If he managed to free one, he'll succeed in freeing the others. And when he sets me free, I'll feast on you with pleasure. The prisoner licked his lips and grinned, clicking his teeth together in a biting motion. Don't come any closer. I stepped away, but I could feel his eyes clinging to me through the darkness. There was nowhere to hide from his gaze. Who are you talking about? Who is he? Don't you know? Just tell me. Who are you talking about? The prisoner glided toward me like a ghost and stepped up to the bar so that I could see his face better. He whispered slowly, as if relishing the word. Mal... Bon... Te. The cell opened. Lucifer stepped in. He spat blood on the floor and seemed a little unsteady on his feet. Oh my gosh! Satan hit him. What happened to you? What the dude? This is another meeting with my beloved father. He staggered and steadied himself against the wall. Pain is an illusion. Pain trains willpower and character. That sounds like something that was beaten into him. He laughed and immediately clutched at his ribs, continuing to cough up blood. I approached him and gently touched his shoulder, feeling confused and helpless in the situation. Melissa whirled around, pushing me against the wall and grabbing my throat. This is all because of you. What are you doing? He scrutinized my face. His tenacious gaze focused on my eyes and slid down my nose to my lips. I hate people like you. You have no idea how pathetic you really are. All the while considering yourself so important. Let me go. I wanted to break free, but he squeezed my throat even harder. Your life was worthless, but you were so worried about how you died. And for some reason, I have to take the fall for you. Why the hell am I taking the fall? You follow me all on your own. On my own? So be it. This won't happen again. You better stay away from me. He let me go. Get out. They'll deal with you upstairs. I wanted to leave, but he stopped me. What's wrong with your arm? I don't know the pros and cons about this. What are the pros and cons here? I don't know. I don't know. Should we tell him or not? I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh. Is this a big deal? I guess. I don't care. What do you think? You left me here with that psycho. If you kept away, nothing would have happened. He looked angry, but his eyes remained fixed on the clotted blood. Zigza, did you do this? Zigza. No, don't listen to her. Lucifer turned towards me, because I will hold a grudge against you. I have enough enemies. I don't know if I want that. Let's make a few different choices and see what happens. Okay, this time we're going to try to hit him and see what that does. I reached out with the other hand and banged his head sharply against the bars. Ah, bitch. Prisoner will remember you as a bitch. I don't know if I like that either. Alright, this time we're gonna keep it to ourselves and see what happens. It's none of your business. Shut up and let me see it. He examined the wound on my forearm. How did this happen? None of your business. I pushed him aside and slipped out of the cell. Aren't we a proud one? He sounded annoyed, but his face showed concern. Or was I just imagining it? I quickly reached the passage, too focused to waste time on my surroundings. Then I spread my wings and took off. I was running from something, afraid to look back and see the prisoner in Lucifer's piercing gaze. Okay. Apparently we didn't have to meet Satan after all. As soon as my feet touched the ground, I heard Miss Selena's voice. Melody Walker. Oh. I was visibly startled, but I quickly turned to face her. She'd obviously been waiting for me. You scared me. And you disappointed me. You knew it was forbidden to go back to your old life, and yet you broke the rule. But I was murdered. You can't possibly understand. Miss Selena stretched out her hands. Dear child, I do understand, but there are rules. This time you are forgiven. Many of the unclaimed struggle at first to accept their death, and the fact that they can no longer see their loved ones. This is your last warning, otherwise it may end badly. I mean, I don't understand. I don't know why she's keeping up with this anyway. I mean, she has enough trouble kind of trying to stay afloat where she is to be going like back and forth trying to balance that. Like, I just think that's crazy. I don't know. I'm glad you're being reasonable. Miss Selena looked me over and she grew sadder by the second. Poor thing. The cells in hell are horrible. You need a shower. What do you say? Probably. Miss Selena's anger faded and she smiled warmly as before. She took my arm and together we returned to the academy. Okay. A shower brought me back to my senses. I'm glad it was her waiting for me instead of Angel Fencia, because we all knew how that would have went. My wound healed in the blink of an eye. I felt like a human again, my death almost forgotten. Sometimes dressing up is the best therapy. That means I have to spend money on clothes. Flowery dress. It's pretty neat. A suit. A sweater and a skirt. Now let's go with the flowery dress. I like it. Much better. Mimi's blanket shifted, followed by a moan. Then the devil's sleepy face appeared. Give back the eyelashes. What? Eyelashes? Whose? The demons. Mimi jumped up from her bed and stared at me. Where were you? Why do you need a demon's eyelashes? What eyelashes? She opened her wardrobe. Huh. I must have been talking in my sleep. Mimi put on some clothes and we went out into the yard. Sammy and Adi were already waiting for us. Eyelashes? What the hell? Here's our rebel. What are you talking about? You didn't hear what Melody pulled? I was sleeping. Melody? Mimi folded her arms and looked at me, arrogantly arching her brow. And? It's nothing. I wanted to learn a bit more about who killed me. Oh, come on, don't be shy. She actively conversed with mortals and spent so much time on Earth that they had to forcefully extract her. You left out that Lucifer was with her, and his father punished him for it. Mimi's face turned to stone. Lucifer helped you? If you can call it that. So what did you find out about your death? My killer rented a car and lived in a hotel. He planned it? Exactly. He knew the road I'd take when I would be driving back home. Who did you piss off? I just graduated from university. Who could a girl like that have possibly pissed off? Just don't do anything stupid. Who knows what the punishment will be if you try something like that again? What if they lock you up in a tower like they did to that other student? What student? 80 gossips more than little mortal girls. Mimi ruffled his hair. 80 the same in return, and they begin to fool around again. Nobody knows who he is or why they keep him there. We just know that some student is locked in a tower next to the school's administration. Someone is afraid to leave him unattended. Ooh. AD held his hands out, wiggling his fingers like a cartoon ghost. What if he couldn't come to terms with his death, just like you? Dino walked near us. He stiffly bowed his head. I smiled at him, but his attention immediately turned elsewhere as if he didn't want to look at me. Whatever. Is Dino ignoring me? What's wrong? It's fine. I just can't get past the statue in the back just like creepily staring at me. Smile again or pretend everything's fine. I guess pretend everything's fine. I mean, it doesn't matter if he doesn't want to look at me. Like, okay. I guess he got some stuff to work through. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with me, really. So, I'm doing fine. I remained engaged in conversation, pretending not to notice Dino giving me the cold shoulder, but everyone else quickly picked up on it. Addie poked at me, then at him. Something going on with you two, or is it just me? I think we should leave them alone. But I'm curious. Sammy took his hand and led him away. Mimi followed her friends. When we were alone, Dino slowly turned to me, but his gaze still wandered past mine. Dino? You acted foolishly. I know, but it's my life. Which life are you talking about? All of them. He gave a weird grin, looking tired but not angry. You no longer have your earthly life. You are only a guest who has come to complete a task and who will leave shortly after. No more and no less. Instead, you turn things into a circus and you even sucked Lucifer into it. Why do people keep thinking that I'm sucking them into it when they keep following me of their own volition? You know what? Fuck you too. His composure slipped and he took me by the shoulders, looking me into my eyes. Bitch, don't touch me. Lucifer's the last person you should trust. I don't trust you either. Gullible girl. You're the gullible one. We stared at each other for too long and eventually both turned away, embarrassed. Have you been to the thinking tree? No? What is it? The oldest tree up on the floating cliffs. It cleanses the mind of bad thoughts. And it's simply a stunning place. Would you like to see it? Not with you? But I know I can't be like that because I got in trouble for it last time, ignoring the people around me. Fine, whatever. But if he kisses me, I'm done. I'm restarting. I don't want to be in a relationship with him. You know something funny? Okay, so I saw that somebody was at my front door and a guy walks up and he's like, "What are you doing, silly goose?" And I hear a baby giggling and he just picks up a baby. How did the baby get to the door? Like, I don't understand. I'm sorry, that made me laugh. We'll have to fly there. Have you learned to do that? No, not really, because they don't teach anything here. Could you give me a lift? Well enough. I'll say well enough. You're a fast learner. Well done. Follow me. He spread his wings and pushed off from the ground into the sky. A couple of wing flaps later, he was already dozens of yards above me. Hey, wait for me. The rustle of my wings, the way my feathers bent to the wind and yet tamed it at the same time, went straight to my head. Flying was still challenging for me, but for the ones born to fly, it was as easy as walking. Dino stretched out his arm and took my hand. Oh, a sphere! Oh, this is pretty. Soon a huge tree came into sight with a sea dragon snoring beside it. Here? I stepped onto the floating cliff and it rocked slightly under my weight. Fear raised his head, looked at Dino and me, and then closed his eyes again. Would you like to sit with him? Won't fear mind? Don't be afraid. I went closer to him but stopped short, hesitating. Finally I laid down, using the sea dragon's neck as a pillow. Easy boy. I squirted his scaly ear and he made a contented grunt. Dino settled beside me. Now look at the lights. Do you see them? Instead of leaves, the tree was covered with things resembling fireflies. They trembled in the wind, then lit up brighter, then almost went out. Yeah, I see them. Really look at them. I'm looking. The heavy burden of my anxiety began to dissipate. My darkest thoughts and fears began to recede and vanish. I felt lighter, almost euphoric. I laughed and spread my arms, breathing in deeply. How does it work? I don't know. It just works, that's all. You know, immortality has its flaws. Sometimes you long for oblivion. This tree helps one to cleanse and purify. I turned to Dino and began to examine his face. Driven by an inner impulse, I reached out and touched his cheek. He flinched almost imperceptibly, but I caught it. I expected him to pull away, but Dino lay without moving. Then he covered my hand with his own, tilted his head, and kissed my palm. Okay, but let's just leave it at that. He recoiled slightly and began to pet fear. We need to be careful. Do you understand? No. I don't, that's the point. I don't understand anything about this world and nobody is bothering to explain anything. So it's like, no. Yeah. He stood up and offered his hand. Let's go. They'll begin looking for us. I gave Fear a quick scratch behind the ear before jumping into the abyss to follow the angel's lead. Angel Fencio was pacing with a serious look on his face and his arms crossed behind his back. Many of you are somewhat confused by recent events. I assure you, an escaped prisoner has no business at this academy. And what about the unclaimed? We will deal with that. It was decided that we should make your training more intense. Lucifer, Dino, show them how it's done. From now on, all of you should strive for this. The angels and demons separated while Lucifer and Dino stretched their wings. The unclaimed were free to join whichever side they wanted. I stood with the angels. Sammy smiled and took my hand. I'm glad you're on our side. Me too. Angel Fencio was looking at me, but at the same time, he didn't really seem to notice me, consumed by his own thoughts. I don't want to talk to him. Can I just watch? I'd rather just watch. I don't want to provoke him. Seriously, I'm scared of him. I couldn't take my eyes off of him and Fencio continued to stare too. Then he pursed his lips as if my attention had begun to bother him and resolutely turned away. Lucifer and Dino flew up and hovered in the air, facing each other. Lucius is overconfident. Dino will beat him one day. Has Dino ever won? Never won? No, but he's a worthy opponent. There's no one like him. Begin. They rushed at each other. Lucifer was more powerful, but Dino was quick and unpredictable. He dodged Lucifer's blows, but he'd have a rough time if he slipped up. Everyone shouted, Dino, Dino! It was silent for a while, but I wanted to support the angel, so I began cheering with the rest. That face! Dino, Dino! They flew higher until the clouds obscured them. It was difficult to keep track of their flickering silhouettes. The angel and the demon fought viciously, trying to bring each other down. But then a loud whoosh startled everyone, and one of them came plummeting down. Wham! White wings spread on the ground. Lucifer fell next to Dino, but because he came down second, he had won. Dino managed to pull himself up, and Lucifer slowly stood as well. Lucifer won. It seemed to me that I heard Fencio gritting his teeth even as he spoke. The demons hooted triumphantly. Lucifer held out his hand, and they shook hands. That was interesting. Yes. Alright, now for everyone else. During your aerial combat lessons, you must learn to fly high and stop being afraid of heights. Beyond flying and maneuvering, you must also learn to stay aloft through a battle. Pair off and try to knock down your opponent. Whom should I choose? Maybe Andy? And no, I'm not picking Mimi. She'll have to grow on me. It's like an Alexander sort of deal. Just something annoys me just a little bit. I don't know. Who to choose? I probably should choose not an unclaimed so I can actually test myself. Not saying that Andy's not good. Maybe 80? So I can learn what it's like to fight against a demon. I'll try. 80, will you train with me? Ooh, don't expect any mercy. That's what I thought. I won't. 80 took off and immediately vanished into the clouds. I followed him. Okay, rule number 1. To your opponent, your body should feel as heavy as a rock, yet to you, it should feel as light as a feather. Otherwise, it'll be easy to knock you down to the ground, and you won't be able to maneuver well enough. Got it. Great. I didn't get the chance to process his advice. 80 attacked me, rolling me over in midair so that my wings were toward the ground and I wouldn't be able to take off. Then he shoved it into my chest. 80? Hey, I warned you, no mercy. Angel Fencio approached me. You have a problem with speed. This is aerial combat, not a flight of fancy through the clouds. I have another exercise for you. With one flap of your wings, fly above the clouds and return just as quickly. Practice until you master it. Oh, okay. Alright. To combat the clouds, I had to flap my wings at least 4 times. This is impossible. But I kept doing it over and over again until I was able to get up there in 2 flaps. Oof. My wings and the muscles in my back ached. I could barely stay in the air. I wanted to go back down, but I caught something out of the corner of my eye. There was something about the tower. I began to stare. Ah! Someone was standing in the tower window. I couldn't make out the figure, but somehow I could tell I was being watched. I felt uneasy as I descended. Is everything alright? You don't look well. Yes. Okay, that's enough for today. Just don't do anything stupid. Who knows what the punishment will be if you try something like that again. What if they lock you up in that tower like they did to that other student? Is this the same conversation? What student? Nobody knows who he is or why they keep him in there. We just know that some student is locked in a tower next to the school's administration. Someone is afraid to leave him unattended. Ooh. This is the exact same conversation. Is that who the guys were talking about? Angel Fincio waited for everyone to calm down. This is all for today. That seems like a weird situation. I don't think they meant for that to repeat. So far, you're all pathetic good-for-nothings. Or was she just replaying the scene in her head again? So far, you're all pathetic and good-for-nothings, and even someone who's barely alive will easily knock you to the ground. Try harder. Honestly, I'm not mad at him right now, because that's the most class I think I've had this entire time. He gave me actual instruction to get better, and I'm just gonna take it as constructive for now, so I'm fine. He straightened his cloak with a high-strung jerk and went back inside. Mimi ran up to me, towing Andy, Adi, and Sammy along. Finally, he's gone. Meet at the abandoned train? What's the abandoned train? You bet. What are you talking about? Every so often, we throw a party and blow some steam. Do the teachers know about it? Of course they don't. Oh, they do? They know it's happening, but they don't know where, so they turn a blind eye. So are you with us, Melody? Do I even have a choice? Sammy stood on one side, Mimi on the other. You have to come with us. It isn't up for discussion. You're supposed to talk me out of it. No, not this time. So I have no choice. But who are you inclined to listen to, Sammy or me? Is this an angel versus demon choice or what? Let's find out. Let's just test it. Yeah. Ha! In your face. Mimi stuck on her tongue. Everyone laughed, and after agreeing to meet later on, they returned to their rooms. I wonder, did I miss authority by not talking to Angel Fincio? I need to stop being so afraid of him, but I can't help it, dude. Mimi opened the wardrobe doors. What will you wear? And I'm buying more clothes. I stood behind her. Mimi had this sweet, fresh fragrance. I took another whiff and realized that it was her skin and her hair that smelled like that. Are you smelling me? Sorry. She turned to me and peered into my eyes for a while, and then the words came tumbling out as if she was afraid she might change her mind. Lucifer and I were close when we were kids, doing dirty tricks and getting up to mischief together. Then we grew up and Lucy didn't have that much time for me. We kind of grew apart over the years. Still, I miss the old days. Now you show up and somehow you ended up spending so much time with him. She grabbed my shoulder and squeezed it tightly. Mimi? At first I thought I was jealous of you for spending time with him. She looked me up and down. But then I thought about it and realized that I don't want to lose you to that asshole. Mimi fell silent, but I didn't know what to say. Eventually she asked in a quiet voice. What do you think? Is it because of our friendship, or is there something more? My mind raced as I considered her words, and I realized that Mimi was asking if I liked her, and the fate of our future relationship depending on my answer. She's slowly growing on me, but I'm pretty sure I want to date Lucifer. Despite how crazy he is. And he's a jerk, but still. Yeah, I don't know, I'm sorry. Our friendship. You let Mimi know you have no feelings for her. Mimi released my shoulder and gave me a sad smile. Yeah, probably. Demons are a bit possessive. Mimi won't ever cross the line of friendship again. So what about your outfit? Have you decided? Okay. Sexy bodysuit. Oh, it's purple. I want it. Queen of the Nile. Oh, that's not bad, and it looks good with my wings. But the purple looks good with my wings too, because there's slight purple in it and gold. And the purple looks really good with my wings too. And I like purple. So I'm gonna wear that. Dope. While I was making up my mind, Mimi managed to get dressed. She stepped up from behind the partition and swayed her hips. Oh, that's cool. How do I look? Very, defiant, tasteless, foxy. Foxy. Mimi twirled around, obviously pleased. Thank you. Your relationship with Mimi improved. Okay, good. Someone knocked on the door. May I? Come in. Andy modestly froze in the doorway. I hope I'm not bothering you. No, we were about to go out. The terrain was far away from school, somewhere between the cliffs. It was quiet as a crypt outside, but the moment we stepped inside, the hum of voices couldn't be ignored. Angels, demons, and unclaimed mingled together as if it were perfectly ordinary. Many kissed, with zero regard for the band. There was complete freedom, bordering on Saturnali, I don't know. Aren't they afraid to get caught breaking the rule? An angel-demon couple who were actively exploring each other's bodies caught my eye. The ban is conditional. Nobody cares. The important thing is not to get caught or to be kicked out of the academy. Well, and trying to get pregnant, then you could lose your wings. Then you have to live among mortals. She grimaced at the thought of it. One of the demons called out to Mimi. I'll be back in a bit. Don't be shy. This is a great way to make new connections. Oof, I'll try to remember that. Mimi flew away, leaving Andy and me alone. Would you like some glyph? What is it? Fiery hooch. Something like an alcoholic drink back on Earth. Glyph is deadly for humans, but it gets us drunk. Yeah, thanks. Andy went to get some glyph. While he was gone, I looked around. Tina was nowhere to be found, but Lucifer sat imposingly on a couch, and Asti sat smugly by his side. She was talking about something with other demons, and they ingratiatingly leaned in, listening to her hearty voice. Lucifer was clearly bored and didn't interfere in the conversations. He was also scanning the crowd, and then his gaze stopped on me. He examined me from head to toe, and something in his eyes, and the expression of his face, belied his satisfaction with what he saw. I think it's the first time we've seen him, like, actually smile, though. Looked at me with desire and approval. Lucifer clearly liked your outfit. Interesting. Lucifer grinned, noticing my embarrassment, and turned away as if he couldn't care less. Slimeball. Andy came back with 2 glasses of glyph. Here. What? Whoa! That looks pretty cool. My throat burned as the hot fluid spilled into my stomach. Terrible. It's always like that in the beginning. Any idea where Dino is? Dino doesn't come to places like this. It's too lecherous for a righteous angel like him. Andy sounded somewhat put off. Well, 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 what do we have here? Oh, here she goes. Asti snatched a glass of glyph from my hands, drained it, and threw it against the wall. Classy. The glass shattered. Are you out of your mind? Demons love a good show, my dear. Common mice like you couldn't possibly understand it. What's your problem? Her mother cost my father his title. It's even more humiliating when you see how pathetic her daughter is. Asti had obviously had one too many and was being far more outspoken than usual. I'm in between laugh it off, put her back in her place. I'm not gonna grab her by the hair. I feel like I should stand up for myself. I'm gonna try it. It could go badly. You're the insignificant one, not me. Really? Why don't we step outside? That's what I'm talking about. You're only comfortable taking cracks at people who just got their wings. Are you that insecure? She took a step towards me with a smile that didn't bode well. But Andy body blocked her. Get lost. How dare you talk to me? You're nobody. But the devil's ardor quickly died as Lucifer approached us. Calm down, Aussie. The miserable need to stick together. What's that? That you're miserable and you don't belong here. Andy flushed, ready to take a swing at Lucifer. The demon's words got me, like a sharp dagger piercing my dignity. I couldn't and didn't want to be near him anymore, so I turned around and silently walked away. Where are you going, unclaimed? Is the truth too much for your sensitive ears? Don't stick your nose where it doesn't belong, Austin. Melody? Andy ran after me. Hold on. He took a hold of my hand and stopped me. Hey, come on, talk to me. I couldn't take any more of that. And you shouldn't have to. He slipped his fingers between mine and smiled warmly and genuinely. Don't let those freaks ruin their evening. Andy moved a little closer, then hugged me, gently stroking my back. I don't want to send the wrong message here. But I don't want to miss out on getting closer with people in case I have to do the same thing as before. But I think this is decidedly different, though. So I'm just gonna pull away. I took his hand in mine and took a step back. Thanks for the support. You can always count on me. The door swung open and an angel ran inside. Blood dripped from his white feathers. He fell to his knees. His wings trembled and seemed to be broken. What the hell is this? Traitors! They attacked me. Who? One of the demons. Just now I noticed AD and Sammy among the crowd. Are you sure? Absolutely a demon. Who exactly? I don't know. I only remember his red eyes. Are you sure that's a demon though? It could be another creature. Like, we've been attacked by other creatures before. Like, that seems... something about that is sketchy. He staggered, unable to maintain his balance. Sammy and another angel helped him out. The demon stood aside, watching intensely. They've started hunting us. The demons will stop at nothing. Shut your trap, you don't even know who attacked you. I was attacked by a demon, one of you. The angels and demons began to scream and curse at each other. Someone started a fight and the angry crowd rushed outside. Andy silently watched everything and suddenly concluded. It seems that one of the angels and demons' disciples just started a war. I'm concerned. I didn't gain any glory points this episode, and I feel like there's probably one in each episode. So I think I definitely missed something there. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to take chances next episode then. Oh wow, this visual is not great. Chapter 7, The Flying Tournament. I was walking on the wet, sticky ground covered in raspberry petals. I could hear Laura's heart-rending cry somewhere ahead. The dead don't cry, the dead don't cry. I walked on, feeling the moist ground squelching under the petals and someone's bones crunching under my feet. Finally, I saw Laura leaning over her own body. She abruptly fell silent and turned to me. It's harder dying for the second time. Is this a dream? It's a vision. Who sent it to me? Laura smiled, revealing her teeth covered in blood. She pressed her wound on the stomach with her hands and burst out laughing. Mal. Bon. Te. I jumped up, gasping for air. My hands were trembling as I brought them to my face. What's wrong? Everything's fine, I just had a bad dream. We don't dream, Melody. Should I tell her about the dream? It's still early in the chapter. I can restart if I need to. This choice will affect the storyline. Oof. Oof. Dang, they laid that one on. I saw Laura in my dream. She said dying the second time was more painful. Weird. I was the one to find her dead body. It scared me. No wonder I dream about her. Angels and demons don't dream ever. Well, I'm not an angel or a demon, am I? Perhaps you're like Sammy. He also sees prophetic dreams. Not everyone can do it. There was something else. Mimi climbed onto my bed. What else? Laura said this vision was sent by Malbonte. Mimi froze, fluttered her wings, and got out of bed. Geralt can say anything he wants, but I believe that Malbonte is real. Why did I dream about him? Sammy also has dreams about him. This is a warning. She gave a start and went to change her clothes, as she always did when she was nervous. I don't want to think about it today. It scares me. Enough about bad stuff. The competition will soon begin. She threw several outfits at me. Choose. A white dress. To compete in? Provocative kimono. Or a simple dress. I guess this one. It looks really cool. Almost half of the school gathered on a huge flat flying cliff. Hundreds of voices rattled, the rustle of wings merged into a single slightly restless hum. Everyone fussed and looked extremely excited. The moment we arrived, Sammy waved at us to join him and Heidi. Will you root for me? What about me? I will root for both of you. What a liar. Sam and I are opponents, you know? Demons versus angels. Demons will win anyway. Oh, I got both points. Nice. Could you at least stop bragging about it? What about the unclaimed? Do they participate? No, they're not allowed to play. Rude. I mean, but it kind of makes sense even though she's acting why. Like, we're still learning how to fly and stuff like that. And they kind of have the advantage there on flight. So I think I should probably wait until we claim which side we're gonna go for. You know what I mean? Why? They invented the flying tournament long before mortals were invited to join the Angels and Demons Academy. The unclaimed were considered unworthy of participating in the game of the gods, then it became a tradition. All the same, people cannot compete with birthright angels. Once again, this makes me wonder why they invited mortals to come to the academy at all if they were just going to view them as inferior. Like, that doesn't make sense. You already viewed them as inferior, so why invite them to come and be one of you, but not one of you? Like, what was the point? Like, who decided that? They should have just left it alone. All the same, people cannot compete with birthright angels and demons. A silhouette separated from the crowd and flew high into the sky so that everyone present could see him. So, dear brothers, I declared the flying tournament open. The crowd hummed and whistled. A troop of the demons and angels rolled in the air, performing pirouettes, then returned to their places. Let me remind you of the rules. No arms or legs. Your goal is to make your opponent descend or fall to the ground using the mere force of your wings. By tradition, it's angels against demons. That sets up a bad precedent too. Like, why are they always emphasizing separating the two if they want them to be in one place? It might as well have just been having an angel school and then a demon school, because that's basically what this is at this point. It's like, who set this up? Like, who decided this would be a good idea? Like, if you're gonna be together, then work together. Like, why is this always angels versus demons? I just paved the way for what's happening now to come, because now it's a problem. Like, people already felt like they were you know, butting heads on opposite sides, and now it's become a reality, not just something that, you know, they just kind of play around with. People are literally attacking each other at this point and turning on each other, and they've created this sort of war thing because of this crazy separation that they set in place by themselves. So it's like they were asking for this. It's like the coach wanted to continue this enthusiastic speech, but an assistant flew up to him and whispered something in his ear. Can I have your attention? My dears, we have this major situation. Here we go again. Every time he gets nervous, he begins to stutter. What kind of force majeure happened now? Someone savagely attacked one of our players. A demon's wing was broken. You deserved it. This is revenge for attacking me. Vengeful creatures. Or maybe you're trying to frame us. It's one of the angels, obviously. No wonder. They always lose. It made them completely desperate. Andy, what are you saying? Are you saying I'm wrong? The tension kept increasing. Andy and Mimi got wound up like everyone else and took it out on Sammy. It was as if they were accusing him too. Demons are too hot-tempered. I'm sure angels have nothing to do with it. Thanks, Melody. I'm sick and tired of angels being treated as saints. I mean, I know they're not. Behind us, angels began to argue with demons, and this turned into uncontrolled aggression. After a few moments, the crowd began to resemble a swarming hive. The angry crowd was growing bigger. Someone fell on me and knocked me to the ground. To avoid being beaten and trampled on, you had to pick a side defending yourself. I bumped into one of the angels. He wanted to push me aside, but I raised my hands. No, I'm on your side. I held out my hand. Melody. For a few seconds, he looked at it in bewilderment, then shook it. Asked her. And immediately disappeared into the fighting crowd. Before I had time to do anything, I felt a hard blow to the head. I fell to my knees on the verge of losing consciousness. Sammy ran up to me and helped me up. Damn demon. How are you? Okay-ish, I guess. This is terrible. Why are you so aggressive? Because the world is cruel, even in heaven. A siren blared, making everyone freeze and cover their ears. What's that? I tried to shout it out, but my voice was swallowed by this screech. Angel Fincio stepped into the arena. Stop the fight! Shame! What kind of petty behavior is this? You represent a superior race, but you behave worse than rats in the sewers. It's shit like that! That's exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. It's because he goes around saying shit like that. That this is the problem. He comes in acting all high and mighty, but you're the problem. I should punish you all and cancel the championship. The coach ran up to him and whispered something with concern. Yes, I know. Spare me the rest. If this happens again, you have no one but yourself to blame. Angel Fincio adjusted his cloak and self-importantly stepped aside, leaving the frightened coach in the spotlight. Asshole. I think the demon's team needs a replacement. Everyone began to exchange glances, but no one dared to volunteer. I bet it'd be fun to participate even if I leave the game early on. That would be a good chance to prove to Geralt and Fincio the arrogant that I'm worth something. But do I dare do this? I just said I would be brave! I took a few steps forward. Where are you going? Then a few more, attracting the attention of everyone on the tribune. I came up to the coach. I could replace one of the demons. Everyone fell silent. Lucifer was the only one to laugh. A surprising grimace froze on Andy's and Mimi's face. Dina watched intensely, but very carefully. You? An unclaimed? This is ridiculous. The unclaimed have never participated in the flying tournament. No, this is unheard of. Someone's approaching footstep disrupted the dead silence. Lucifer came up to us. As a leader of the demons team, I accept. What? But we'll win anyway, even with an outsider like her. The coach looked back at Angel Fincio, but he didn't react. Good, so get in position. Lucifer bent over me a little and whispered so only I could hear it. I never saw anyone wanting to make a fool of themselves with such zeal. We'll see about that. Demons stood on one side, angels on the other. I hope she's been practicing her flying. The coach waved a black and white flag. Everyone flew up. I already know I'm gonna have to repeat this. There's no way I get this right on the first try. I made it for the glory, dang it. I hesitated and was left alone in the arena. Oh, fly. The coach waved his hands a little hysterically. Sorry. I flew flaps and I caught up with the rest. Only a few seconds had passed, but the battle was already fierce. The sounds of clashing wings were heard all around. Okay, no hands and legs, okay? Only my wings. Each time someone fell down, thereby leaving the game, the tribunes applauded or sighed in frustration. Bam. Ah. Everything began spinning before my eyes. It was a miracle that I managed to stay afloat and restore balance. So here we meet again. He flapped his wings threateningly, getting ready for the attack. Wait. Nope. And one flap of his wings asked the guy in front of me. I'm sorry. He turned a little to the left, getting ready to hit me with the right wing. Okay, so he turned to the left, getting ready to hit me with the right wing. So, okay, thinking about it, if you're trying to hit me with the right wing, then I need to dodge right. Right? What should I do? Dodge to the right. Oh. I dodged to the right, but I only set myself for a blow to the face. So soft at first glance, the feathers almost peeled off the skin on my cheek. Ah. The sky flashed before my eyes, swarming with immortals. Bam. Unbearable pain pierced my whole body. The coach leaned over me. I watched you. It was so stupid it wasn't even funny. You failed. Try again. I think you probably only get a glory point if you do it right the first time. So I'm gonna restart. I told you that was gonna fail miserably. We're back for round 2. Dodging to the right was wrong. I'm still undecided if dodging to the left is any better. He turned a little to the left. So should I be going by his left or mine? Getting ready to hit me with the right wing. Or should I try soaring up? I can't decide what's better. I'm gonna try going left, because just maybe. Oh, okay. So since he turned to the left, I have to dodge. So it's by his left, not mine, because it would be my right. You understand what I'm saying? Right? I dodged to the left. His wing cut through the air. Huh? Not bad, but it's not enough. I flew as far as possible away from him, but the coach whistled. This is a combat, not a game of tag. Back to your position. Damn it. I flew back to him. Let's start. Try. Ah, what's that? Don't get distracted. No! I was blinded. Malvante couldn't have a worse timing. Stop that! Damn, I didn't even notice Aster appear in front of me. The heavy blow made me fall immediately. I came to my senses somewhere about 30 feet above the ground and started to flap my wings as hard as I could. The landing turned to be smooth, almost elegant. There was a wave of applause. The coach held out his hand to me. You were not the first to fall. This is a small victory. He turned to me to the tribune. Yay! The very first unclaimed to take part in the flying tournament. Another wave of applause again. You'll be remembered as the first unclaimed to take part in the flying tournament. Yay! As soon as I returned to the Tribune, Mimi hugged me, panting with delight. You go, girl. You were great. Come on. All of a sudden, the crowd began to roar. Look, look! The combat became more violent. Now there were several demons per angel. Every couple of minutes, someone fell from the sky. Soon, Edie and Sammy were out of the game. In another 10 minutes, only Dino and Lucifer were left up in the air. You know, this is becoming predictable. It's always the two of them left. As far as I'm concerned, one can watch the fight between Dino and Lucy endlessly. I'd really rather not. There's something incredibly sexy about it. I don't know about that. They froze, facing each other. The coach whistled and they rushed forward like wild animals released from their cages. Only now did I realize how trained and powerful their wings were. They made weapons out of them. The wings cut through the air with such force that each flap sounded like a well-sharpened saber. Lucifer delivered 2 blows, one after another. Even from afar, I noticed how the angel's shoulders trembled from overstraining. Melody, who are you rooting for? He kept looking intently into my face, asking this. Is Andy jealous? I'll be honest, I am. He pursed his lips and nodded slowly. I see. Andy looked sadly towards the sky where Lucifer's silhouette flickered. Andy, you remembered your answer. Should I have just said just looking? I don't know. Someone shouted again, look. And everyone abruptly rose from their seats, excitedly, almost hysterically, trying to discern what was happening there. Dino managed to get behind Lucifer for a split second, but that was enough to grab him by the wings and pull him down. Lucifer lost his balance and tumbled upside down like a stone. Dino won! Lucifer didn't even try to stop the fall. Once he hit the ground, a thick veil of dust rose and hid his body for a while from the hundreds of eyes fixed on him. But the dust settled and his silhouette appeared. Lucifer somehow got up, shook himself off as if nothing had happened, but the expression on his face seemed strange to me. It's like he's not here, as if he's thinking of something else. Lucifer lost Dino for the very first time, but it doesn't seem to bother him. The coach jumped into the arena, stumbled several times, and almost fell. Dino slowly descended. He couldn't hold back his victorious, somewhat relieved and satisfied smile. Dino and his team of angels win the tournament. There was a flurry of applause from the angels and a tepid clap from the demons. Lucifer kept rubbing his eyes all this time and looked around as if he couldn't see clearly. What's with Lucy? Maybe the blow was too strong? I suggest Dino and Lucifer shake hands. The demon automatically held out his hand. That was interesting. Yes. What is going on? Was he seeing the same thing that I was? Lucifer recoiled and hastily left the arena. Huh? Then welcome to the banquet. It was disturbing to see the split between angels and demons. Very few of them spoke with each other. For some reason, even Adie and Sammy didn't talk. Well, yeah, because freaking Adie and Mimi like jumped on him like freaking wolves for no reason. What happened between you and Adie? He looked at Sammy, met his gaze, and then both defiantly turned away. Sammy protects his peers, I protect my own. Turns out angels cannot be with demons. You'll always fight for opposite sides, and a couple should be on the same side. Adie sat at the table. I had to go a little further to join the unclaimed. They sat at the very end, like uninvited guests for whom they scrambled some places at the last moment. I sat next to Andy. Are you hungry? A bit. Let me take care of you. Andy took my plate. What would you like? Skewer with angels. Baked flying snake. Am I eating fear? No! Heavenly dessert. I'm just gonna get the dessert, please. That looks yummy. Thank you. For a while, everyone kept eating. Sports games warm up the appetite quite well. Once again, I looked around the long table and caught Dino's eyes on me. He never hear if I said something, so I articulated the congrats with my lips. Well done. Unexpectedly for me, Dino pushed back his chair and got up from the table. Some girl I just then paid due attention to her touched the angel's arm. Where are you going? I'll be right back. Lilu. Like the Fifth Element. He touched her in the back, either friendly or intimately, I couldn't tell. Alright. Who's she? Why are you upset? Dino went around the table and came up to me. Due to a fairly close relationship, Dino publicly preferred your company. Minnie stared at us, surprised at Dino's gesture. He, in turn, ignoring anyone, calmly sat next to me. You never cease to amaze me, Melody. I noticed you like bending the rules. The first unclaimed to participate in the flying tournament, who dropped out during the first 10 minutes. It doesn't matter. The main thing is that you showed character. Dino was silent as if he couldn't find words or didn't dare to speak. He looked into my eyes and smiled, making me blush. That face. Dino was staring at me too obviously, shamelessly blatant. Noticing that I was somewhat confused, he laughed and held out his hand. I hesitated a little, but held out mine in response. Dino squeezed my hand, then interlocked our fingers. It all happened under the table so no one could see it, and yet my heart was beating so hard that I couldn't hear anything else. One of the angels I already knew stood up from the table. Let's have a toast for the champions, and for our leader. Dino, hooray! All the other angels shouted hooray 3 times in a row. Shout with them or keep quiet. I mean, I'm gunning for being an angel. And I don't think it's a bad thing to congratulate the other team. They might tell me to shut up and be quiet. Hooray! Oh, this angel just demon choice. Some of the unclaimed supported the toast while the demons were dead silent. Asta turned to them with the glass in his hands. Are you gonna congratulate us? How about you leave them alone? What a pity. The angels, unlike you, are more well-mannered. Oh my gosh. Asta, sit down. Shut your mouth, angels. It's not angels, it's one person. I don't understand why people keep always lumping everybody in one group. She mocked him. Was that enough to satisfy your inner bitch? Aussie jumped up, clenching her fists so hard they were trembling. You. Addie jumped up as well, trying to calm Aussie. You're provoking us. And who started it first? We're tired of enduring your antics. Lucifer, who was absent until that moment, suddenly spoke. He stood leaning against the door jamb, but once he started talking, he straightened up and took a step forward. Angels have always been arrogant. Don't add fuel to the fire, Lucifer. Am I wrong? You think you're in charge. Heaven has always belittled hell. Even the angels and demons, Academy is in the clouds. Where's the justice in that? Demons have to spend almost half of their lives here. They eagerly supported their leader. The angels didn't stay quiet either. We need to teach these pricks a lesson. And what will you do? Will you beat me up again? Or maybe you will go for a kill this time. Yeah, the death of the unclaimed. Isn't that your doing? What are you talking about, freak? Everyone began to shout at each other without hearing anything, then Flute and Fist came into action. Lucifer, as a real devil, stepped aside, watching the circus from the side. Let's see. The screams instantly drew the teacher's attention. Miss Lena froze in the doorway, closing her mouth with her hand. What a nightmare. What do you think you're doing? Gerald hit on the wall and a strange vibration ran along the walls. The floor began to tremble and a couple of glasses shattered. Dang. From now on, there are no more holidays or days off. You will plow for the benefit of society and balance. Get to your rooms. We didn't decide. I said to your rooms. Everyone immediately went out into the hallway. Only Lucifer froze, staring blankly at the wall. Do you need a special invitation? Someone sent me visions. It's because of them that I lost the championship. Visions? You must learn to admit defeat, Lucifer. I lost because I was blinded by a vision. Is it Malbond who sends them to me? Tell me the truth. What nonsense. It's not nonsense. Melody had an elven dream. Okay, so this is how it affects it. What? Did he send you a vision too? Why the hell would he need you? You know what? Don't start. Rumors about your connection with Malbond are growing stronger. Oh. That doesn't sound good. This sounds like Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets, when everybody assumed that because Harry spoke parcel tongue. You guys know that. You know what I'm talking about. Support the guys. Do not share your concerns. Nah, I'm gonna support. You cannot keep turning a blind eye to the weird stuff that's happening. Malbond seems to be toying with us. He wants us to know that he's coming. Oh, Melody, stop it. My words seemed to scare Miss Selena. Lucifer came up to me, grabbed my hand, and shook it, betraying his anxiety. What did you see? Let me go, you're hurting me. Have you seen a goblet of blood? Answer me. Lucifer, be gone. He threw my hand away and stepped into the hallway. How are you, dear? I was massaging my wrist, looking after Lucifer leaving. We saw the same thing, a goblet of blood. What does it mean? Mimi and I returned to our room. Why did you tell them about my visions? You can't keep silent about this. What if it's really Malbond? According to the legends, he's a monster. Andy came from around the corner. I bumped into him, lost my balance, and almost fell, but he managed to grab my hand. Ah. Sorry. Why are you walking around? Garrett will be furious if he sees you. To be honest, I was looking for you. He looked at me. I wanted to invite you for a walk. I used to go for walks with Laura before going to bed, and now... He hesitated for a moment, his voice trembled a little. Oh, I don't feel like walking alone. Sure, of course. Oh, I'm out. I don't need trouble. Mimi went further down the hallway, and without turning around, she shouted at the end. Don't stay too late. Where are we going? Maybe to the roof? As you wish. I felt bad for her. The air was cold and fresh. The sky was clear, and there was no one in the yard below either. We were alone. Andy was looking somewhere in the distance, carried away by his own thoughts, scratching the shingles with his fingers. You know, Laura's dead and no one cares. If they hadn't killed an angel or a demon, I'm sure there would have been a bigger commotion. Yeah. I can't help but deny that's probably true. Who do you think killed her? What was your relationship with Laura like? Why would someone kill her? This is all so terrible. Why would someone kill her? Laura was a pretty curious girl. Maybe she found out something that she shouldn't know? And he tried to think harder, then shook his head. No, that's stupid. I don't know. I don't know anything. Should there always be a reason? He looked up at me, distorted by the overwhelming emotions he was trying to restrain. Sorry. Andy bowed his head, closed his eyes, and sighed several times. It's alright. I guess that's about it. Andy was silent for a while, scratching the tiles more intensely, and then he slowly, almost tiredly exhaled. Your silence has already told me a lot. The unclaimed can't mingle with angels or demons. Laura died. I died. We found support in each other. But it was just sex. Did she know about this? She did, but over time she began to forget. I don't know, but something is fishy about it. They tell us that a prisoner escaped, but we shouldn't be afraid of him. Allegedly, there's no need for him to come to the academy. But if it's not Satan's prisoner, that means that one of us killed Laura, and that's even worse. I imagine Laura's killer walking free along the hallway, sleeping with someone in the same room. Perhaps I've greeted him today and talked to him. This thought alone sent shivers down my spine. It's also terrible. Yes. Andy turned to me, took my hands, then let go of them, just to hold them again the next minute. I'm sorry I put this burden on you. I have to share it with someone. Guys must be strong. No, thanks for sharing. I'll be glad if you feel better. Thanks. Andy again got carried away with his own thoughts, but soon spoke slowly after as afar. We talked about Laura. What about you and Lucifer? What are you talking about? You cheered for him. I saw you watching the game. His words outraged me. You think I'm into that arrogant prick? It doesn't matter. Drop it. Are you jealous? No, honestly. Sorry to have started this conversation. I had no right to do so. He smiled, cheering me up. Flying cliffs lazily floated in front of the castle. Andy and I silently watched them, then started talking without even noticing it. And this conversation went smoothly, without stopping, moving from one topic to another. The tension disappeared. Andy and I spoke like old friends. That's not true. It is. You were so shamelessly staring at me on the day we met. Andy laughed, took us a moment to stop smiling, and his gaze became more languid. He moved a little closer, reached for my lips. Guys, I don't even know what to do anymore. I don't know. I was into Lucifer at first, but he might be a bit too much asshole for my particular taste. I feel like I always play it safe. I never try too hard when it comes to the assholes. I'm gonna try a little bit further. Either way, I don't think I want to be with Andy. No. If I wasn't gonna be with Lucifer, then I would choose Dino. Sorry, Andy. I turned my head sharply, looking at the cliffs. Andy's lips barely touched my cheek, lingered for a second until Andy realized what had happened and pulled away. Sorry. It's fine. Your relationship with Andy deteriorated significantly. Really? Really? Like, I didn't even have a choice to come out here. Like, I would to support him, but now he's mad or whatever. That's just ass. That's just ass. That makes me not like him. I hope you're not offended. Oh, he's offended. Don't lie. No, but I got the message. Andy got up, held out his hand. Maybe we should go. He helped me up and we went downstairs. I hope we don't get caught by Vincio. You shouldn't even said his name out loud. Don't speak his name. He'll kill us for walking alone at this hour. Over time, you'll get used to his manner of speaking, and he won't seem that scary. I doubt it. I froze. Did you hear that? What? I heard a screech, distant and muffled at first, and louder the second time around. We looked at each other, scared, and rushed towards the sound. A crowd gathered in the courtyard. I didn't want to come closer. A painful foreboding fettered my whole body. For some reason, I wanted to cry, although I didn't know what had happened there. Suddenly, 80 screamed from the top of his lungs. Step aside! Out of my way! He pushed Andy and me, making his way into the front rows of the crowd. Sammy! No! No! Sammy? Let me pass. Angels and demons parted before me, revealing a terrible scene. Sammy was lying on the ground. His eyes were closed as if he was sleeping. White wings were soaked with blood. Andy knelt before him and sobbed so much that he choked on his own tears every now and then. Sammy. Oh my Sammy. A tear rolled down my cheek. Oh no. Are you kidding? Sammy? Sammy's so freaking sweet. It can be a jerk sometimes too. I guess now we'll see if what Andy said comes true, if it's much more of a big deal because it's this time it's an angel and not just an unclaimed. Oh, guys. This story, like, makes me so emotional. Like, I can't. Oh my god. It's so much drama. It's so much drama. I feel like more so than, I need a break. I need a break. But anyway, I thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and show the video some love. And subscribe if you want to see more content, and I'll finish the rest of the episodes. We got 7. Wait, what episode was this? I don't remember. We're going up to 10, so 8, 9, and 10, because we're done to 6 and 7 this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.